The fact that you are here, listening to these words right now, is not a coincidence. It is not an accident of an algorithm. It is a precise and deliberate act of quantum resonance. Your consciousness has reached a specific vibrational threshold, a frequency that has made this transmission, this information, available to you. Think about the last few weeks, the last few months. Have you been experiencing things you cannot easily explain? A sudden sense of knowing things without understanding how you know them. Glitches in your reality. Moments where time seems to bend or stretch. Synchronicities so intense and so frequent, they feel like a direct conversation with the universe. Perhaps you have been seeing repeating number patterns, 1111, 444, sequences that catch your eye and stop you in your tracks. Maybe you have felt unexplained physical sensations, buzzing in your body, pressure in your forehead, or waves of energy that come from nowhere. These are not signs that you are going crazy. They are signs that your entire energetic system is being calibrated. Your consciousness is undergoing a profound upgrade, preparing you to receive and integrate a new level of operational reality. You are being prepared for what I call the quantum password, a fundamental key that unlocks a direct interface with the fabric of reality itself. And the very fact that you are resonating with this, that something inside you is nodding in recognition, is the final confirmation that you are ready. This calibration process is the reason for so much of what has been happening in your life. The quantum password requires a state of energetic coherence. It cannot function in a field cluttered with interference patterns and incompatible frequencies. Look back at the recent difficulties in your life, that relationship that ended abruptly, the career path that dissolved beneath your feet, the financial pressure that felt like it was crushing you. You have been taught to see these events as failures, as evidence of your own shortcomings. But from a quantum perspective, they were a profound and necessary clearing. They were not punishments. They were a purification. Each of those experiences was designed to strip away everything that was not in alignment with your true core frequency. The relationship ended because its energetic signature was limiting your expansion. The job was lost because it anchored you to an outdated identity. The financial challenges forced you to question what you truly value and where your true source of security lies. The universe was not taking things from you. It was strategically and lovingly removing the energetic interference, the static, so that the clear signal of your true self could emerge. It was creating the space, the coherence, required for the quantum password to be received and activated. I discovered this principle not in a book or a lecture, but in a moment of complete and total desperation. I had reached the end of my rope. Everything I had tried to build in my life had crumbled. My business failed. A deep relationship had ended in betrayal, and I was facing a financial reality that felt impossible. I was exhausted from trying, from affirming, from visualizing, from fighting. One night, in total surrender, I let go of it all. I stopped trying to fix my life. I stopped trying to be a person who could solve these problems. I simply gave up. And in that moment of surrender, I fell into the silent, empty space behind the identity of the person who was suffering. I became aware of the awareness itself. And in that stillness, the understanding landed with a force that restructured my entire reality. The problem was not the circumstances. The problem was the identity I was clinging to, the person I thought I was. The moment I let go of that person, my reality began to shift, not in weeks or days, but instantly. Opportunities appeared out of thin air. People from my past called to resolve old wounds. An unexpected check arrived in the mail. It was not a miracle in the traditional sense. It was a shift in physics. I had removed the incoherent observer, the person, and allowed the coherent field of consciousness to organize reality around its true nature. This brings us to the core of this transmission, the quantum password. This is not an affirmation to repeat. It is not a technique to practice. It is a fundamental shift in identification. It is the recognition of the ultimate truth of your being. The password is this: I am is the only reality. and everything else is I am in temporary form. Read that again in your mind. Feel it. I am is the only reality. Everything else, your body, your name, your history, your problems, your desires, they are all temporary costumes that I am is wearing. They are temporary forms that pure consciousness has taken on. For your entire life, you have been operating from the perspective of the form, the person. You have been a person trying to get things, change things, manifest things within a reality you believed was separate from you. This is the illusion of separation. This is the game of limitation. The quantum password flips this entire paradigm on its head. You stop identifying with the temporary form, and you anchor your identity in the formless, timeless I am. This is the great secret hidden in plain sight within ancient teachings, from the Vedantic I am Brahman to the biblical I am that I am. It is the ultimate statement of quantum truth. In the famous double-slit experiment, a quantum particle behaves as a wave of all possibilities until it is observed, at which point it collapses into a single particle, a single experience. You have been taught that the observer is your human self. But the true observer, the power that collapses the wave of potential, is the formless I am consciousness that is looking through your eyes. When you embody this, you move from being a character in the movie to being the projector itself. You are no longer trying to manipulate the screen from your seat in the theater. You are the light and the consciousness that projects the entire film. Think about it from a neuroscience perspective. Your subconscious mind, which runs approximately 95% of your life, is programmed with the identity of the person. It is filled with the memories, beliefs, and emotional traumas of that temporary form. This is why traditional manifestation often fails or produces inconsistent results. You are using the 5% conscious mind to affirm a reality that your 95% subconscious program does not believe is possible. It is an internal battle, a state of profound incoherence. But when you shift your identity to I am, you are not trying to reprogram the subconscious. You are dropping beneath it. You are operating from the pure awareness upon which the subconscious program is running. You become the field of potential itself. From this state, you do not need to attract anything. Attraction implies separation. Instead, you select. You are the infinite field of all possibilities, and you simply choose, by your state of being, which possibility you will now experience as a temporary form. This is the difference between pleading with reality and commanding it. So how do you integrate this into your daily life? It begins the moment you wake up, before your mind has a chance to log into the story of you, before it reminds you of your name, your bills, your to-do list, your worries. There is a moment of pure, formless awareness. That is, I am. Linger in that space for a few moments. Feel the stillness, the silent knowing. That is you before you become a person. Throughout the day, practice catching yourself. When you feel stress, ask, who is feeling this stress? It is the temporary form, the person, but who is aware of the person feeling stress? That is, I am. That is you. Create a conscious separation between the eternal awareness that you are and the temporary character you are playing. This is not about spiritual bypassing or ignoring your human experience. It is about anchoring yourself in a deeper truth so that you can navigate the human experience from a position of power and grace, not from a position of victimhood. I want you to do something right now. In the comments below, I want you to declare one area of your life where you will stop operating as the person who is struggling and start operating as the I am consciousness that is simply experiencing a temporary form. By writing it down, you are anchoring this intention into physical reality. You are signaling to the universe and to your own subconscious that you are making this shift now. As you begin to stabilize in this state, you must be prepared for the resistance. The old identity, the ego, will not go quietly. It will scream for your attention. It will bring up old memories, old fears, and old doubts to try and pull you back into the story of limitation. It will say, this is not real. Look at your bank account. Look at your problems. This is just a fantasy. This is the death rattle of the old energetic signature. It is fighting for its survival. Your job is not to fight back. Your job is to simply observe it from the state of I am. You are the silent, unmovable awareness observing the storm of the old personality. You do not engage it. You do not argue with it. You simply let it be, and you remain anchored in the truth of I am. This is where epigenetics comes into play. Your state of being, the frequency you consistently hold, sends signals to your cells, literally turning genes on and off. When you live in a state of stress, fear, and limitation, you are signaling your body to be in a state of emergency. When you stabilize in the state of I am, a state of peace, wholeness, and infinite potential, you are sending a new signal. You are instructing your very biology to align with a new reality. Sustaining this state creates a new coherent energetic field. And reality, which is a mirror of your energy, has no choice but to reflect this new coherence back to you in the form of new experiences, new opportunities, and new solutions. Doubt is simply an incoherent frequency. Your steadfast return to the knowing of I am is the ultimate act of creating coherence. You did not find this information by chance. Your consciousness, in its expansion, demanded it. You have navigated the clearing. You have endured the calibration. You are standing at the threshold of a completely new reality, not one that you have to build brick by brick, but one that you simply need to accept. The quantum password, I am is the only reality, and everything else is I am in temporary form, is your key. It is the ultimate permission slip to stop being the effect and to start being the cause. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. The journey is not about becoming something you are not. It is about unbecoming everything you thought you were, so you can remember the infinite, powerful, and eternal being that you have always been. The work is done. The clearing is complete. The password has been delivered. Now, all that is left is for you to use it. When this video ends, I invite you to close your eyes. Do not affirm anything. Do not visualize anything. Simply be still and feel the silent, powerful, and undeniable reality of I am. Sit in that space, the source of all worlds, the origin of all creation. And from that place, simply know that it is done. Welcome home.